Hey YouTube, I'm back one more time. So today I got in the mail my intercooler. So I'm gonna show you guys some stuff about it. Tell you what I'm gonna do. Show you the accessories that came with it, and later in the video I'm gonna show you the data I got from my data logs before and after install, and my thoughts about if you should get it or not. So the package comes with 2 new clamps and some hardware to mount these brackets to the crash bar in front of the engine. So this is a Treadstone core, and then they already welded on the elbows, and this has the spot for the map sensor. So what I'm going to be doing is, just for aesthetics purposes, I'm going to be painting the end tanks, the elbows, the top flat plate, the bottom flat plate, and then I'm going to sand the Treadstone so that it's all black and the Treadstone's all shiny aluminum. Alright everybody, so here it is all taped off. I just used blue painter tape, taped off all the actual fins of the core, and so everything else is going to get painted. Okay, this is what it looks like all painted. So I painted it black only on the edges and the end tanks. Then I sanded the Treadstone on both sides. So I think that looks pretty good. Nice little touch. If someone actually gets down on their knees and takes a look in the grill, they should be able to see that, I hope. Well, not this side, because this side faces the engine, but the other side. Okay, so went for a little drive. The lowest I got was 5 degrees above ambient, and that was going downhill, no gas, so there's no boost, all vacuum, and 5 degrees above ambient. Ambient's 79 right now. My lowest I got was 84, and that was going down a hill that I dropped maybe 600-700 feet in altitude. So not so good for that. I'm sitting in the parking lot at Walmart now. I've only been sitting here about four minutes or so. I'm already at 105 degrees, just sitting here doing nothing. Idle's at 750, so the turbo's not barely moving at all compared to what it is when you're actually driving. No, 106 now. So yeah, I'm really glad I got this intercooler. I can't wait to see the results. On the way home from Walmart, I'm gonna do some hard pulls and see if I can get see it with the highest temperature I can get. I am tuned, so I'm pushing 24 psi, so that should make it even hotter. So let's see what's gonna happen. Actually, 108 now. It's bullshit. Alright everybody, the highest I could get ambient temperature was 78 degrees. Okay, highest temp I got was 155. That was a second, third, fourth gear pull. I got it to 155 degrees. So that is 78. That's damn near double the ambient temp is the charge temp. So I'm gonna go ahead and install this intercooler and find out what the charge temps are now. Now we need to jack up the car. Take off your skid plate right here, this plastic piece, and along with all the other screws that go to that. If you don't know how to take that off, watch my oil change video. I do that in there. Next, pop the hood. You're going to remove the headlights. There's one up here, come down, and there's one right here. And then the headlight just pulls straight out. It'll be like this. Now, this plug that goes into the headlight is tricky. So, since my dealer fucked it up when they did my daytime running LED TSB, it was a little bit of a pain in the ass. So let's see if we can see it. But anyways, this tab, you push it down, you push it in, like press towards the headlight, push down on this tab that's supposed to be here, and it should lift that little plastic piece that's in there off of that tab right there. See the tab in the middle? So you need it to lift up off of that. Now you're going to have some clips here. You just take a flathead screwdriver, go underneath, pull the center out, then just lift up on the plastic, and that's all. You got one there, one there, one there. Now, to undo this, you just lift up on that to get it out of there, and this will slide in sideways through that little slot. So you just want to get it out through there. Now that's loose. Move that out of the way, and then this whole top will be nice and floppy once you take all these clips out. Now go into the wheel well. There'll be a T25 Torx bit right here at the bottom, and there'll be another one of those press clips that go here. Once you take that out, then you can tug on where these clips hold it in. So all you do is give it a nice tug and it'll pop out. Same thing down here. And just, I'm going to need 2 hands, but go ahead, pop it the rest of the way out. Also have this one I forgot to finish taking out. So now this whole top is all floppy. So that's good. And then underneath, there's going to be 2 here, and then as you go around the bottom, here, here, there, 2 all the way on the other end. So you want this whole thing to be loose. Well, I went ahead and I missed one. There's another one here. So the first one's down here, you can just go up, and the other one's right here, and then the clip. Now that you have this all loose, now you want to come over here. There's a little clip. And the whole bumper just flies off. So I'm going to have my wife grab the other end. Actually, never mind. I still have to disconnect this side. But it'll be the same on this side. Disconnect it here. Pop this clip, and the whole front bumper is going to come right off. So here it is without the bumper now. Make sure you don't forget to unplug this. This is for the fog light harness. Alright. Because if you just yank off the bumper and rip that off, you'll be kind of pissed. So, here we go. Here's the shitty AGS system. I believe that's what it's called. The supposedly give me better gas mileage intercooler ducts. So, I'm gonna find out how we take this off. Looks like T25's here. I think if I can leave this back on after I put the new one on, that might be good, but maybe I don't have to. So, oh, there's some little clips here on the bottom. So, I'll get this apart, tell you how to do it in just a minute. Alright, so the only thing holding that together was one T25 here, one T25 here, and then what you do is you just pull it off of these and it comes off. Next thing is, this AGS actually goes all the way up. I didn't know that. I thought it was just in front of the intercooler. So next thing I got to do, take off my snorkel, because that's stopping me from taking this off. There's 2 clips on the side. Pull the clip out and it'll come out here on both sides. Now that you have the front bull crap off, go in here. Here's a map sensor. Push down on the tab and disconnect that. Pull it off to the side. You're going to need that later, obviously. And then undo the clamps here and here. Also holding the intercooler is 2 10mm bolts. You're gonna not be able to get a ratchet in here, so I have a ratcheting wrench. So one's here and other is right there. Then the bottom of the intercooler will come out once you're disconnected, and it will slide right out. Alright, so this was a pain in the ass to get out. More or less, it's hooked inside of this groove, right here, and there's one on this side, right here. So what I did was, this one up here is skinny and flexible, right here. So I popped that one out, and I manhandled this one and then yanked it out sideways. I'm going to take the time now to clean some of this gunk in my radiator. And then I'm going to show you something I'm going to do to this fucking pile of shit right here. I don't want to unplug it and have like a check engine code. So what I'm going to do is tear all this shit apart. Just leave the motor. Zip tie the motor somewhere in here somewhere. That way the AGS system will still be moving, turning, you know, closing, opening, closing, whatever, except it won't really be doing anything. So it'll just let the computer think it's still working instead of unplugging it. So this is what it looks like when you take it out. So this is going to be easy to zip tie under there, and I don't have to worry about anything moving and hitting anything because it's flush with the body. So I'm just going to plug this in, zip tie it up there, call it a day. The computer will think this shit's working fine, and it'll be all good. So now I'm going to compare the two. So on the Treadstone we got 3.5 inches thick, stock 2.5 inches. So that's 1 inch thicker. Width, we got 23.5 on the Treadstone. Stock is 25.5. So we lose 2 inches in width. Let's see, height. We got 6 1/4 for the stock and 7.5 on the Treadstone. So I guess if somebody actually sat down and did the math, which I'll do and I'll put in the description below, it'll measure the surface area. So yeah, I'm going to put them in. But before I put them in, I'm going to take this map sensor off here and mount this map sensor in here. I'm going to make sure I lube the O-ring. There's going to be an O-ring inside before I put it in here so I don't rip it and have a boost leak. Alright, here it is, all installed. I don't know how many of you put this plastic back, but I have a feeling that supports the bumper from flexing, so I put it back. I did have to modify it for that screw. I had to cut a couple of the things so that it would fit with the brackets, like that. And then I just snapped it back into place. Now there's some couple things. If you get this set up, the map sensor, it's on an angle going this way instead of straight back now. So you have to loosen up the wiring harness. Let's see. I don't know if you can see very well, but you see my finger? I know you can see that now. That used to be plugged into the motor, but I had to pull it, so I had another 1/2 inch of slack. So everything would be nice. That's the gap between the radiator and the intercooler. So you could fit a slim fan on the intercooler if you wanted to. I don't really think you would really need to. I wish there was a bracket going from the bottom here to the factory mounting spot here, just to hold the bottom from going in and out like this. But it's pretty solid. So this top part is pretty easy to do. You just push in these clips on both sides. If you have a snorkel, put the clips back in. And it's a good thing I reinstalled this, because this actually rests on top of this. So this is what it looks like all put together. You can see the black edges. You can see everything a lot better. There's my Treadstone label. Can't even really tell I upgraded it. Alright, so I'm taking my data log run right now. Ambience 72, and right now I'm at 75. That's 3 degrees difference. I was doing a pretty hardcore up climb, but I was trying to keep the boost at like 1 or 2 pounds. So now it's at only 2 degree difference. So I'm gonna hit this on ramp, do a 2, 3, 4 pull, and let's see how hot it gets. That way I can have the numbers and compare them to the stock intercooler. Alright, here we go. That's 100 miles an hour in 4th gear. So we got up to 102 degrees from 72. So that's 30 degrees. If I remember correctly from earlier, which for you guys was about 2 minutes ago, I believe the temperature differential for the stock one was 74 or 73 degrees. So that's over half of the stock differential gone. So I'm very happy for the cost to performance ratio. I have no complaints. So as you can tell from when I first started this clip, I was only between 1, 2, and the only reason I was at 3 was because I was going uphill, but 1 or 2 degrees within ambient. So like right now it's 72 and I'm at 74, so cruising's good. Now I'd like to thank Panda Motorworks for doing a group buy on FocusST.org. If you have a Focus ST and you're not on FocusST.org, I highly suggest signing up. It's free. There's a lot of good information. Just make sure you don't believe every single thing you read. Do your own checking, even if you believe them. Just do your homework, all right? But Panda Motorworks was great. They shipped it. It was in some crazy bubble wrap stuff. There was no way it was going to get damaged during shipment. Everything seemed to go smooth. The company seems willing, at least from the people that did the upgrade, they seem willing to work with people in a timely manner and answer emails quickly. So it's really good customer support. Go ahead, check them out at pandamotorworks.com. They have a CX Racing intercooler and a Treadstone intercooler, both with the elbows welded on. So I'm going to have the numbers down below in the description. Check them out. Then decide for yourself what route you want to go, if you want to stay stock or go aftermarket. So till next time, just share, subscribe, like, all that stuff, and I'll see you next time. Wrench on.